Hello friends, it's Ruben with Hi-Fi MIDI, and today I have the privilege of introducing, reviewing, and demoing the newest plugin in Ample Sound's lineup of basses, Ample Bass Yin-Yang. Now when they sent this to me, I thought, what the heck is a Yin-Yang bass? And I looked it up, and this is a sample of a Fodera bass made famous by Victor Wooten. I'll play a little bit for you so that you could hear what it sounds like without any effects. Now, one of the first things you'll notice visually is that Ample Sound went with a more modern, more minimalistic look on their interface, on their GUI, which I think looks nice. It gives it a more efficient look to it, and it's easier on the eyes, to be honest. But the layout is pretty much similar to their other layout, with a few exceptions. Here we have the articulations, the mic levels, the noise levels. We have your tabs. This one actually has effects in it, which is something new. But one of the new things here, which is what you would find on the bass, is that it has a passive and an active switch. Now, from what I've heard, the active switch gives it a low and mid boost, so it gives you a fatter sound. So I'm going to play it for you with the passive setting on. Let me take this off of LS, and here we go. Now, I know you're not playing it right now, but the first thing I noticed about it is that it's very snappy. It feels very responsive, and you'll hear some noises in there, like some string squeaks and some pull-off sounds, which I think you can adjust those sounds. But to me, it's very pleasing on my ear. It's one of those idiosyncrasies of a bass that I enjoy listening to. Now, I mentioned this in another video. I have a 61 key keyboard, so I have to have the smaller keyboard in order to expand the range a little bit. So you'll be seeing me play this smaller keyboard for the articulation changes. All right, so let's hear all the different articulations in passive mode. So here's a sustain. So this bass has a really nice range and has a very clear sound from the bottom to the top. All right, now natural harmonics. Oops. Palm mute. So this is velocity sensitive. So when I'm hitting it softly, you get that unpitched sound, and then more of a pitch as you hit it harder. I love that. Now, this is something I didn't notice about the previous plugins, the other plugins that they have, is that you can actually combine sustain and palm mute and slap and pop by simply pressing those two keys together. What this does is that it layers the sound, so palm mute goes on the bottom and sustain goes on top. So if I hit it very softly, it triggers the palm mute, and if I hit it harder, it triggers the sustain. Going on. Slide. Again, if you've seen my other videos, pressing the slide key before a note slides up to that note. Pressing it after slides it down. Legato slide. Hammer on pull off. Oops. Slap. Tapping. This is another cool one. Since Victor Wooten is famous for playing solos on the bass, he has very quick fingers. This is something that you can take advantage of in this plugin. Very cool sounding. All right, let's get that slap and pop together. Now, slapping on the bass is one of the hardest things to play live, and this is where you'll want to get into programming, which if you saw the beginning of the video, you'll notice that the bass was programmed, and you could play some really difficult things on here and make it sound like a real bass. Now, when you combine slap and pop together, I'm going to show you the different articulations that are triggered by velocity. I'm barely pressing this right now. So you get that slap. Let me see if there's any difference between the slap and the slap pop. Yep. Now, another cool feature that I never noticed before, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but I definitely appreciated it more on the bass, because the bass often plays alternating octaves and fifths. This was a good plugin to use this feature on. But over here in this this side of the keyboard, you have note repeats, ascending fifth, and an ascending octave, which is great because it plays the fifth or the octave that would naturally be played on the bass above that certain note that you're playing. For example, when I just play it by itself, I'll play this G right here. That makes sense. I mean, if you're playing a G and then a D, but see this right here, the E and the B, that doesn't make any sense. You probably wouldn't play that. So if you use the fifth button right here, that's going to sound a lot better. Now, where this sounds really cool is whenever you put it in legato slide mode. Pretty cool. And then you have your octaves. Let's see how it is when you do it without that button. I guess that's pretty accurate. But this right here, you wouldn't be playing. That's more like it right there. Now let's hear the other sounds on it. Those are things that you'd find on the other bass plugins. String selection right here. So I've shown you what passive mode sounds like. And so that you could hear it, so that we could use it as a reference, I'm going to play passive again in sustain mode. Now, active. Here it is. Here's the difference. That is one very fat bass. One thing that puts a smile on my face is whenever one of my favorite companies comes out with something new and it's better than what they had before. I mean, what they had before was already great, but there are some definite improvements in this one. I can't say the same thing about Apple though, but that's a different story. Let me quickly play some of the different articulations so that you can hear what it sounds like in active mode. Oops. Well, friends, I hope you liked this review and demo. This plugin is on sale right now for $89, I believe, on Ample Sound's website. The link is in the description below. But let me know your thoughts on it. And if you like this video, please share it, subscribe, and if you feel inclined to do so, help support this channel. Anyways, thanks for watching.